Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. It's me. And today it's a nice Sunday afternoon here in Italy. And we're gonna do some plane ship development because sometime downstream, actually I did some work offline, let's say, not on the stream, but see, my Visual Studio is thinking a lot. Hello Maui, welcome. So the point of today is to continue the guilds interface. Actually, I did some work on the guilds functionality server side, and I would say that one is, I mean, not completed, but is, let's say, pretty much ready to be integrated with a client-side UI. There are still a number of errors in the CPP file, but that's because we are missing, let's say, the calling functions from the UI, so which we are gonna create today, and obviously we are missing also the UI itself. So it's actually some time. I don't open up the stream, but some work has been done meanwhile. Not too much, I have to say. So in the last 2 weeks I didn't really do much, but so let me open up first of all our mission, so we know where we are and we know what we have to do. Our mission was called, let me see, Unreal Mission Guilds. There it is. Okay, so let me open it up. Can it do it? Yes, it can do it. Okay, so yeah, but let me open it up with my usual highly professional paint program. I know it's basic, but I like it. I like it because it's basic, because it's simple, and there is no mess around it. Okay, so this was the list of tasks we had, and this list of tasks was definitely not complete, but hello Sand, how are you? Yeah, MS Paint is great. So there is a list of stuff that we had to do. So there was a first pass to convert the base types and messaging in Guild Manager. Guild Manager is this huge class, which is about 3,000 lines, I think. Let me check. Yeah, 2,700 lines. So it's a pretty big class. And study a bit the flow of information. So I did a bit of that. There is also another class which is called Guild Command Handler. And this one, I don't know exactly what it does. Actually, I think it just parses the commands that you can put on the chat, like /guild create, or /guild disband, or /guild invite name of the player, something like that. So that is what it does. Then to create a UI for guild management and to allow the creation of new guilds. Have you thought about turning off the rewind ability on YouTube to allow for faster communication with chat? No, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what is it. You mean that you can have like a real-time chat instead of delayed of like 30 seconds or so? No, I didn't check that. If you tell me how to do it, I can, but I guess I have to restart the stream, which I don't want now, but I can maybe do it for the next one. Because if I go under live streaming, under options, I don't see really much. There is DVR. It's this one. DVR. The users can go back and rewind up to 4 hours during the stream. But Okay, is that one that is but at the moment, because that one is one thing and the other is add of delay, and at the moment the add of delay is set of none. It's set to none for me, so the delay in theory should be 0, or it should be as little as possible on the stream. That is what I am saying, but I think it's okay. But I think it's okay. Hello, Sway. Welcome. Okay, so let's just see where we are. So we have still a bunch of errors in this file, but I would say for now we don't care too much. What we want to do, we want to mimic and replicate the UI functionality, the guild UI functionality. And to tell you the truth, I think that all the UI will be changed in the future. So I don't think we want to have windows the way we have them today, so which is kind of old style, you know, buttons and text boxes and things like that. I don't think we want that. I don't think we want that in the future. I mean, we have it now because it's just the basic porting of what we have, but I think we should change them all, make it, I don't know, more 3D, more open, you know, with maybe some graphics in the background and maybe even 3D exactly. So, but for now, I mean, to me, it's just a matter of moving up with the functionalities and ensuring that all the functionalities are there, and then we can rework the UI later on. So for now, the simplest UI I can think is just to mimic the one that we have in the old client. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. So let me copy, let me take some screenshot of the old UI because I think is the easiest for me. And so when we have the reference screenshots, we can then start to mimic it in Unreal. So there is the old client. It's the client that you can download today and play the game with, which is made with another 3D engine. Actually, you see I had already my guild UI open because probably I was already checking it. Okay, so I don't think I took screenshots of all of that. I think we should take it and try to replicate it somehow. So let me take this screenshot is the main UI, and we can put it in our mission. I think we can just put it down here, you know, window by window. I think we can probably also remove this one, but yeah, let's remove this one. It's just taking space for nothing. It was nice because it was a picture with a million people connected. And yes, the members screen. The member screen is where you can add, remove people from the guild. So let's copy this one as well. Let's put it maybe here. Okay. Then I think there are other screens like alliances and stuff. There is a permissions, which is a bit messy, but it's okay for now. Okay, so we take this one as well and we put it like down here, and then a fourth one and last one, which is the alliance. And then there are some kind of sub pages, because actually if you click on some of the buttons, other pages may pop up, but I think it's okay. Okay, so we take this one as well. So we basically have these 4 pages. I can save our mission. We have these 4 pages that we need to replicate. Now let me see, going page by page. So the first page is the guild. You have the ability to select these 4 tabs. I don't know if you want to do it the same, but I'm just thinking probably yes. I don't know if there is a better way to split screens, but I think that for now we can have like 4 different UI that are showing up when you click a certain button or a certain tab. I think it will be okay. Then here you have the guild message of the day. I think this one may be the first one that we can do. You know, it's the simplest. It's just sending a string to the server side and sending to the database. So it's pretty simple. Here you have 2 buttons, which is refresh the message of the day in case for any reason you didn't get, you know, the latest, and save. So let me see what refresh actually does. Basically nothing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I type into it and I do like refresh, I think it gets, yeah, it gets the right one. Okay. So in case I messed up and I didn't save it, I want just to refresh it. It's just asking the server to get the latest message of the day. And if I click on save, obviously it will save it. Then we have the ability to change the name of the guild. We have the ability to change the website of the guild. There were some functionality connected to this, like in the guilds page the website was showing, and then you can select if this is a secret guild, meaning that it's not visible in the guilds list. Okay, so I think that all these functionalities, is this guy passing through? All these functionality are pretty simple. Then we have the members list, the members page, in which you can filter for online and not online, and you can see say the different people with the time they were last online, and you can invite people or you can leave the guild. And then there are a bunch of other buttons like remove a person from the guild, edit their level, edit their points, setting public notes, setting private notes, and edit max guild point, which I guess I can do because I'm an admin. But then the permission screen and the alliance screen. Okay, let's start with the first one. I don't need to yeah, let's start with the first one. Okay, so first thing first, let me see if our Unreal Engine is starting. So we had yeah, we can open our project. So 1 second, editor, yes, here. Okay, I'm launching it. And we're in kind of the middle of the compilation, so some parts of the guilds manager.cpp is not ready, and so meaning that we will not see all the functionality, but I think it's fine for now. The editor should start up with the previous version, hopefully. Ow! It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't. This means that we need at least to have basic compilation. You know what we can do? We can just comment out every single part of this file that is not compiling for now, because we don't really care. So I think I will just comment out like every single block, and all the blocks that are not compiling at the moment, like handle message of the day, is are all the ones that are connected to the UI. So that's why they are not, you know. So I think we can have a kind of a you fix me temp removed. Okay. Add back, and I think we can do this for every part that is not compiling at the moment, and we don't really care. So let me see which are the other parts, and we can just remove it temporarily. As subscribe guild data. I mean, all these functions we can for now comment out, so that we get at least the compilation, and we can open up our editor and continue with the work. Send notification. Yeah, you see all of those are, and then we will have to add all those functions back, by the way. So it will be just a temporary change. Send alliance notification. Yeah, everything that is PS UI guild message, I think we can just remove. There should be at least some method. Yeah, some methods are okay, like this one, but you see there is this UI message. Maybe here we can just comment this piece because it's the only piece that is not working, and same here. Just comment this piece. Find account. What is this? This one was when you were going through the ID. Find account, get connection. So this one, yeah, this one should go. This one is easy to fix because we just want to have the character, and the character has already been. Because we changed, I don't know if you remember, but we changed all the IDs to actually APS character, which is our basic class for a character in Unreal. Yes, all these send notifications we should remove. Send guild data, I think here there is a lot. What is this escape H? I think I have this one. Escape XML, I think we have it. Where was it? I think we have an escape XML. Yeah, it is. Is a string utils escape XML, because this one I already ported. So is string utils is like this. You should take exactly the same stuff. The same, I mean, parameters. Unfortunately, the format is to be changed as well. I mean, yeah, we still have some guild UI mess, so yeah, let's just comment it out for now. Let's just comment it out. Send level data, all this stuff is stuff that, let's comment it out. I think I will comment out pretty much like 50% of the file at this point, because all these functions are interacting with the UI, I mean the majority. So I'm commenting out like 50 or even more, maybe even 70% of the functions, which is okay. If we can fix, meanwhile, some of the code is anyway good, but also this one, let me just comment it out, and let's say send alliance. All these are interacting with the UI, like this one is sending the alliance data in this screenshot. What is it? In this part here at the bottom. So it's sending the list of players that are actually part of an alliance between the two guilds, right? So this one requires an ID and a delay. Okay, doesn't require this parameter, so I think if we remove that, this function will compile properly. This one seems to be okay. All this part seems to be okay. Here we have a bit of a problem. Like, yeah, we have to remove this. This one. This one I have no idea. I think I didn't change it yet. So it requires the client ID as a minimum. For now we can use get unique ID just to have it compile, and then we will change it. Get EID, I don't know if he has it, but okay, compiled by the way. So all this piece is fine, all this piece is fine. Here we have an iterator on the clients. This one I think we need to remove at the moment because we, okay. And let's see what else we have. Also this one, we can remove it for now. This one should be, yeah, this one compiles okay. There is a piece here at the bottom. These are all the all these messages, which were the old way to send information between client and server. We are now using the standard Unreal Engine RPC, so we are not using this message anymore. I think we will convert them to structures. Like this one will be a struct, and the struct will just be passed as a parameter in our remote call. That's what we will do. What is this? Message player. I think I changed it, right? Okay, there is just a problem that we saw already a few times. So yeah, just a clash of the naming that is messing it up. EID, we don't use EID anymore in any way, so we don't use this anymore. Cache manager find guild is searching. What is using this for? This EID I don't think we need anymore. Let me see. Our chat message, how is built? Our chat message is built. Yeah, he still has the actor ID. Okay. Then he has a string. Other. Chat message. So the person, the other, the chat message, the chat type, and the translate. So this one should be okay. Why is complaining about it? Why is complaining about this? Invited client name is a character. Get paid is definitely on the character. And unbox is okay. Okay, you wanted that. Chat manager send guild. Yeah, this one probably is not defined yet. Let me see if we changed it. Okay, yeah, we changed it with the FPS chat message, git message. The problem is that we don't have the inviter name in this message. I think this one will have to be changed, unfortunately. We cannot just use the FPS chat message because it's not rich enough. It doesn't have the sender. Well, he has the inviter actually, because he has person and other. In this case, he's using the system as the sender, which is not really a good idea. Let me just check something, because I think that this is not correct. Let me open up the old Visual Studio. Where do I have it? The old Visual Studio. Why is not in my preferred list here? Yeah, because I want to check the old code and see what he was doing at this point, because I think that this translation that I did is not correct. I think we should pass the inviter name on this line. And why I don't have my Visual Studio 3000. 1 second, I'm trying to search it. I think the line went down for a second, huh? Because I saw the disconnection and reconnection of OBS. I'm just checking develop Visual Studio 10. I think it's this one, right? I think it's this one. Okay. Yes. I don't know why I don't have a shortcut of this in my start menu. I think I would like to have it. Pin to start. Let me see if now. There it is. There it is. So next time we will have it. Okay. So maybe we can put all the Visual Studio. Can I put it there? What happened? Okay, yeah. I wanted to have all the Visual Studio on the same line, but it seems that it's tough. See, there is the old code. I just want to say in my guildmanager.cpp specifically in this method, which is handle join guild in the current document, yes, which is here. What was the message? No, actually it was pretty much like this. So I was using system, yeah. No, it was pretty much like this. The problem is that now with our new chat message we are not using this. No, it was pretty much the same actually. So let me see inside send guild. What is this guy doing? Guild client, blah blah blah. Because I dramatically changed the send guild message, right? The send guild method. Because you see here, I changed it. I removed, there was 4 parameters. Ah no, there are 2. There it is. There are 2. One is with 2 parameters and one is with 4 parameters. One is taking the chat message as an input, the other is taking the full set, and I guess the one is calling the other. Yes, you see, one is calling the other. Okay, so there is the point. Am I back, by the way? I think I'm back live, right? I hope so. Yes, I am. Okay, nice. So what I was saying is that here we have these 2 methods. One is taking the chat message, the other is taking the full set. Is deriving this from here, so is searching the client, is getting the data, is getting the guild. So I think we need to keep the 2 methods exactly like we have them there. I think we need to keep exactly those 2 messages. Now, why? Handle join guild, huh? Handle join guild. Yeah, but here is doing it like this, so here is doing it like this. So I think we should do the same here. Yeah, we should not call this one. We should call this one. Yeah, I think it's fine. So why is complaining about it? So if I give the inviter ID, okay, so it's complaining because this one should be actually the inviter client. So I think I can do, I mean, if you want to be compatible with the past, like that the code is really similar, I can do this, even if it's a bit dumb, because I'm just creating a variable to assign it if the other is not null, but I think it's okay for now. Guild is the guild info and guild message. Okay, so I think that this way is exactly like it was. Yeah, in fact it compiles. This part now compiles okay. So I think we can leave it like this. I think we can. And yeah, this one we don't have yet. This one I think we will change. So this is one of the parts that we need to do the comment there to comment it out for now. So I will copy this and we comment it out, and we will fix it later on. Okay, I just want this file to compile, and that's it. For now we can use get unique ID. We will change it, and this one we don't have, so we will remove it for now. And I'm trying to go quick through this file. This is the same, the send notification, all the send notification we will have to review, but it's okay, it's only one method, so it's pretty much okay. So all of this is okay. We have a big chunk which is compiling, like a lot of pages. There is another send notification here. There is a bit of a mess in this part, so let me just comment it out fully so that we don't spend time for now. There is another piece here which is this send system info. Actually this one I know how to translate it, but I will not do it now. And what's left? Another system message. Also this one we have a new way to do it. Okay, and what else? Another send system message. Okay, these are all the ones that are sent out. Okay, and actually this one I think we can convert. So this is eChat type, right? If I remember right, is eChat type something. Oops. Yeah. So this one is this, but then we also have another issue here because we don't need to get. This will be get PID unbox, as usual. Yes, this is get PID unbox like we did a million times, so now you should know it by heart. The only issue I think that we have this 0, which is too much, and this one should be the other person, the text, the chat alliance. Okay, all of this should be fine. Now the send alliance, what is the send alliance getting? The send alliance is getting the character directly, so we can just do this. Okay, and this one is fixed. Okay, we have very few arrows left. If you see on the right side, you see the red markers, and we still have a few, like this spending alliance. Let me see what the spending alliance wants as an input parameter. It wants a client inviter, the NVT, and we have the question, which in this case is an f string. Okay, so we should change it to f string so we don't have this error anymore. And then he wants the alliance ID. Okay, so he should have done it, I think. Yes, in fact it's not giving the error anymore. Then we have one error here at the bottom, and this one we can for now remove. There are very, very few left, like 5 or 6. Yeah, there is another send notification that we can temporarily remove, and another one, the send notification, we really need to convert it because there are millions of it. Then there is still an error down here, which is another send notification, and we just remove it. And I guess there is another one here. Let me see. Question manager. No, what was the other error? There is another error here. I don't see. Ah, here it is. Pending Guild War invite. Pending Guild War invite. Let me see how this is. Okay, this is just a string. So we can just have an F string here, and I think we'll be fine. Because our question is an F string. Okay, should we try to compile it now? Should we try? No, there is still an error here. PS player upgrade. Let me see, what is this? It requires unique ID, total, entity ID. This one is a bit tricky. Because actually we don't have EID anymore, but we want to use the second method, I guess. But all of this is dummy. You see that all these functions are empty because it is just dummy classes that I ported. Maybe on this one I would go for the to comment it out. Okay, let me try to compile and see what it does. Okay, we commented out a bunch of stuff and we fixed some of the problems. So okay, let it compile a bit. Okay. Okay. So, few errors left. Not too many. This PS chat message actually doesn't exist anymore in our new world, so this becomes an F because it's a structure and all the structures in Unreal are starting with F, so it's an F PS chat message. Notified actor. So actor ID. This one is me. So me, we don't care. Then there is the name, the other, the text. Okay, we just removed the. Okay. Then we have this FPS chat message. Let me see how to fix it. What? Yeah, 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 yeah. The problem is they're not using that anymore. So or we use the send alliance. Alliance message, send alliance. The problem is that here is a bit different because I think it's okay. I think I didn't fix any of this. Okay. So we need to basically convert this methods to the one that we already used in other places, which we are just sending out a chat message in the standard way. Let me do all open documents and see if we find one which is already fixed. Like, yes, like this one. We use receive chat message inside the controller of the target client, right? Of the target client. Let me see another example to see if we can. In this case, for example, we take the chat message, but we send it out as a system message. And in this case, we send it out as a same message. Anyway, the chat type is inside the message itself, so yeah, so I think that sending it this way should be fine. Now I'm trying to understand what is the difference, you know, between this alliance message send message and the standard chat say message. There is something that I don't know exactly if there are significant differences, and so it is gonna break, but I don't think so. I think we can. I think it's perfectly fine. I think we can. Use the notified actor. We don't even need this. And we just can say receive same message of this alliance message, okay? Then I think this one we need to check it, okay? Because I'm not 100% sure at the moment that we will see it right, but we will see. So we need to say you fix me, check if works properly, was this, okay? So because basically we changed a generic message to a specific same message, which has some logic behind, but we are you know, specifically using the chat type alliance. So when we are in the blueprints, we can then branch based on the chat type and put it in the right tab in your chat window, right? Because the chat window is split in tabs, and each tab has, say, is one for alliance, one for guilds, one for the whisper, one for the main and such. So I think we can, I think it should be okay anyway. I don't see a big issue with this. I think it should be fine. We have the same problem here, which I guess it will be exactly the same. Yes, exactly the same. So I think we can do the same here. So saying that was wait. Saying that yes was guild message send message, and in this case we are sending this one. The only point is that we need what? Name text. Name text check type. Yes, we don't need our client, right? So we don't care who is sending it, because we know that it's us. Yeah, this is the part that I'm not completely sure, because we are removing one parameter, which is the notifier, let's say, and not the notified, the notifier client. And I don't know if these were really using it, because there is a message for notify guild buddies. Okay, we will see. In case we have to add it back, we will add it back. Okay, but I don't want to change the structure now, so I think it's fine. Okay, let me try to recompile it and see. Okay, we still have some errors. Have a chat message. Okay, there are a few, because now I think we changed this chat message, and cannot convert argument 2 from int to f string. Sender ID, receive same message. So just to explain you why I'm thinking is because basically we were passing to this function also the sender ID. Okay, so who is sending you the message in addition to the sender name, because this is the sender name. So let's imagine that the sender name is Luca, and you will have there the ID of the Luca player plus also the Luca name. Now we removed it because actually on the client we don't care, if, at least I don't think there is a case where we care, but I think we don't care if we're sending you the message. I mean, we don't need the ID, we don't need the actual reference to the character. We can just say Luca tells you blah blah blah, right? Or Luca says blah blah blah, and we already have it in this variable. So that is why I removed this part from this message. Now if he has an impact or not, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, if there is some you know, something that then something that will break due to that. See, like other here is 0. Actually, for us is a string, and then he has the text. So yeah, this is what we should do basically everywhere. So every time we have an FPS chat message, we need to convert it now to an FPS chat message and remove the second parameter, which is the pointer to the sender ID, which we don't use anymore. Right? This is what we should do. Goodbye, Zwei. See you soon. So get character. Why we are getting these errors now? I'm a bit surprised. I added these functions, huh? That is why. Because we are in Cache Manager. I think this create guild probably was not there before. Let me just check. Let me just check in our files. If for any reason, so if I go under Unreal project, my project, Unreal source, Unreal. Here we are in server cache manager, and I do a diff, svn diff. Okay. So I want to see. So this function is create guild, exactly this one, right? Because it was client before and we changed it to APS character. Okay, perfect. Yes, okay, perfect. So is normal that it gives this error is what we need, and we will change it because there is no more get character data in our new function, so this should be fine. I think this may happen also in few other places. Why is giving an error on zlib now? I don't know. I think it will go away probably if we remove all the other errors. I think it should go away. Yes, all the EPS we should be changed to F. So F chat message, group message, get client PID. So we remove this. The other is text. What is this mess? Because there is oh my god, because it is coming from a format, it is coming from a format, wow, so group message fire event, so It is likely different. It is likely different because it's not just a single player chat message, but it is a chat that goes to the group. So it goes to all the people in the group. I'm just a bit surprised of why let me see if he's already cycling on all the players in the group. Seems not. Seems it's not cycling on all the players in the group, calling this function, but seems that he relies on this function to actually send it to everyone. It looks like, because you see, I mean, unless there is this handle challenge group that is called multiple times, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Our group has yielded to all our challenges. So you see that this is not cycling on anything. So it seems that it's relying on the fact that this function somehow but it's not doing it. I'm missing something here. I think I'm missing something. I think I'm missing something. Unless it's doing it based on this. Maybe it's doing it based on this. Let me see the old code. I think I would like to select this and search chat group. I would say in the entire solution at this point. I know it's a bit of a search, but I would like to see if when we fire that particular event, handle chat message, here it is. So handle chat message, it goes to the chat manager, and if the case is chat group is sent to the group, okay, and sent to the group is doing the work. You see here is cycling on all. Well, actually it's doing a broadcast to the group. It's doing a broadcast to the group. Which is not what we do. Is not what we do. So we act slightly differently here. So, we have to think how to convert this, because you see this broadcast. There it is. I think it's this one. This broadcast. Yeah, is getting some message ID, member sides, you see, member sides, and then it's sending the message to each of the members. Okay, yeah, so it's doing it in different functions. To me it's a bit messy, if I can say, but we have this player group broadcast, I think, also in our player group. But the problem is that we need to identify the player group first and then sending it to the whole group. That is what we need to do. So for example, in this case it's just saying client get actor get group, right? So why we're not using send group in this part of the code, but we are using something very different. We are using, there is this group chat. This group chat, instead of using send group, which seems to be the easiest, you know, because it's already here, it's already doing this work. We are doing something slightly different. We are parsing the parameters that are coming in, okay, fine, but then we are creating a chat message, and then we are firing this chat message somehow, and probably inside a fire event we are then calling I think probably the reason is that it was putting all that stuff in a queue, and so it was managing the queue of messages going out. So yet another way than doing this. While for us, I think now Unreal Engine is managing this, so I don't think we need that anymore. So my proposal will be to change actually this code. We can keep, I think we can keep this. We can keep this function, but instead of using this, I think we can use send group in chat manager. This should be okay. I mean, I don't see why it should not be okay. If I do, yeah, because it's a chat message anyway, right? So I think we need to have a ufix me here just to be sure. So let me do this. Let me keep this code because this change I'm not 100% sure, but also this part I don't think we really need actually. We can remove it. I mean, our message will always be valid. So here I think we can just do chat manager, right? And then our send group, which is this one, where the client sending it is this, and where the message is our message, which is group message. So to me this one should do exactly the same as this code was trying to do. I think it should do exactly the same. Okay, we still have some errors. Chat manager same group can also protect member of the client class chat manager. Okay, because this class actually was protected. This method was protected. Why was protected? Why was protected? Protected. Send alliance, send group, send shout. Because probably you wanted to go through the dispatcher. I mean through the queue manager. You know, you wanted to do that, and so you couldn't actually send alliance. But it's only send group that is not there, because you see send alliance there is a public version and a protected version. Send guild there is a public version and a protected version. But for send group actually I don't see one that is public, right? So yeah, I don't know why we have this difference between why send group doesn't have it. Why the send group doesn't have it? Well, we could have the same check. Wait a second. I think there is some mess here. There is some mess. How is possible that this one? So this one is taking a message as an input, right? And then it's creating another message. Is really how it does it? And then it's creating another message and is broadcasting it. Okay. Okay. And by the way, here we didn't So let's do usual get PID and the usual unbox. So this one is okay. Now the unique ID is the one that we don't need here, right? Yes. And here we have the client name. This one becomes like this. Message texture type. Okay, so it's recreating it. and then he wants to broadcast it. He wants to broadcast it instead of just using do we have this function or not? Yeah, we have it, but we just commented it out. Yeah, because it was just schedule. I mean, all these functions were just schedulers to the event queue, and in the event queue they were just putting this message in the queue to be then sent out, you know, one after another. Because our old engine was basically, I mean, the core of the engine was just a scheduler, you know, so like a queue with timing and such, and so you put message into it, you get message out, and you execute certain actions. So this is what it was. Now here I don't think we need to do it this way. I think we can just send it out, meaning that the sequence may be slightly different, right? Because while before we were just putting in a queue and then they were served one after the other, now we are triggering the send. I mean sending the message on real time. So whenever we execute an operation, it's sent automatically. So it's sent directly without going through the queue and the scheduler and such. And so, because at the moment we schedule into our event manager only the events that are actually delayed. Like if you have a spell that has to explode in 3 seconds, then that one we put it into the event queue. But if it's just a chat message, we don't put it into the event queue, we just send it directly, right? While previously they were all put into the event queue and executed one after the other. So is the new method better? At the moment I don't know. I think yeah, it's okay. I don't see any big drawback, you know, doing it this way instead of going through the queue. So yeah, to me seems to be okay. But this means that this function broadcast potentially should not exist anymore, right? This one should just be changed to. But let me put a you fix me as well, just to understand. I mean, so what we can do, we can just do as we did before. So we go through chat manager, and we just ask to send message. No, send group, right? Now wait a second. Chat manager send group is this one. Is where I am. So now we need to send it as a chat message. Send it as a chat message, one for each of the group members. So here we need to cycle. I think if we don't cycle here, we will not cycle anywhere, right? So or we can keep the group broadcast and just do it inside group broadcast. We can also do that. You know, I don't want to do the same thing a million different times. I mean, in different ways, you know. So I want to do it in one way only, but this function seems to be reasonable to me. So is